Hi everybody and welcome to Astrology Updates with Gretchen Hidell. This is the update for March 19th, the week of March 19th. On Monday, we start off with the sun moving into the sign of Aries. That is also what we call the Spring Equinox, when the sun moves into the sign of Aries. And that's also International Astrology Day, which is kind of a fun thing. Of course, leave it to astrologers to use the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere of the world. We would call that International Astrology Day, because really it's bringing on new, it's beginnings, and it's the start of a new cycle. Aries is the very first of all of the zodiac signs, and so when the sun moves into Aries, that denotes a new beginning. A lot of Aries themes are going to be happening over the next month when the moon is residing in the sign of Aries. That's going to be happening, let's see, that's going to be happening at 6:29 a.m. in the morning Eastern time, so even earlier than that if you live out on the West Coast. Basically, Aries themes are all about new beginnings. Okay, we're really good at starting new things. I'm saying we because I'm in Aries as well. Aries are great at starting new projects, so if you're thinking of starting a new project or something, this is the time to do it. It's that new energy. It's like that spring cleaning, you know, it's moving out the old. So it's definitely time to, you know, get rid of clutter and start vacuuming and refreshing, you know, our sheets and just different things like that. You might want to burn this, or the scent of geranium is also associated with Aries. Burning some incense, you know, candles. Aries is a fire sign, so you definitely want to bring in that Aries energy. The color red is also associated with Aries. So anything like that that you can do to, you know, kind of welcome in that energy. I usually always go out and buy myself either tulips or, you know, daffodils or something to display the start of that beautiful spring, new, fresh energy. As we move further into the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's just a few moon transits. I don't really go too much into lunar transits only because they're so fast, and literally sometimes they're just an hour or 2 hours of energy and then it's gone, and some people don't even feel them, so I don't overly focus on them. What I will say though is Thursday and Friday, Mercury is going to start coming into play. Mercury, also in Aries, is going to be coming into play, and Mercury is going to be first on Thursday, is going to be forming a difficult square with Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so that's, remember that Mercury is the planet that is communication, it's travel, it's our mental processes, it's also things like computers, anything that's pertaining to communication. So it's computers and it's cell phones and it's all those things. So it's almost like we're going to have some glitches Thursday and Friday, because Thursday is going to square Pluto, and Friday Mercury is going to oppose Jupiter. Jupiter right now is in Libra. So Mercury and Aries, Aries and Libra are opposites. So what that basically means is that Pluto can be really intense, you know. So if we're talking about conversations, we're talking about intense conversations. Death, rebirth, transformation, Phoenix rising, those are all Pluto energies. And then we have Jupiter coming into play on Friday, which makes everything big. So just watch on Thursday and Friday how I would handle that energy, and how I plan on handling it myself is just using caution. You know, if you're communicating something, you don't have to, you know, our urge might be to almost like kill, you know, an ant with a sledgehammer. You know, it's going to be like an overkill type of thing. So just make sure that you're being really clear, really concise, but you don't have to yell it, you don't have to scream it, you don't have to pound it into somebody's head. Your message can be, you know, and even if, because we can only control ourselves, right? So even if we do all those things, it doesn't mean that somebody else isn't going to come at us in that way. And so how do we handle that? Well, first of all, it's the knowing that right now people are kind of going to be more intense and potentially sharp, edgy, pointed with their conversations. So really it's something that's good to know. Now, if you're doing a presentation or some sort of public speaking on that day, that's also something to know, that you don't have to overstate something. You can, again, it can just be stated in a way. It doesn't have to be using, maybe even like an analogy that we use could ruffle some feathers and really could be just, again, overkill. Saturday, though, we have another lovely thing where the sun in Aries is going to be conjunct Venus. Now, last Saturday on the 18th, we had Mercury conjunct Venus, and that was all about, words of love. So now we are actually in love. The sun is our vitality, it's our energy, and it's basically where we draw. The sun, right, is the biggest planet in our solar system, and it's where we get our life force energy. And so the sun beaming down on us and having that sun conjunct and being on top of, when I say conjunct, it means it's on top of Venus, love and beauty and Aphrodite and art and creativity and all those things. Well, that weekend of the 25th is really going to be conducive to that sort of energy, that really positive, creative, loving, beautiful energy. Sometimes it means, Venus is retrograde right now. So I always say my caveat, Venus is retrograde. So sometimes it's about us needing to find the love, even when we're not necessarily feeling the love. So maybe it's about having a gratitude journal or gratitude practice next weekend, and really starting to get that up and running, because the more grateful we are and the more we focus on our gratitude and coming to center, the better we will be as people, I think. This is a lot of Aries energy. Aries also is ruled by Mars, which is the god of war. So people could be more warrior-like. It's not just the positive. It's always, there's yin and yang with astrology. There's positive, there's negative, there's the light, and then there's the shadow side. And so that's something to keep in mind as well as we move through these times, is that Aries, can be warrior-like. It's fast. Aries is fast. It's quick. It's starting, new beginnings, pioneering, innovative, but also can be a little too fast, a little too impetuous, a little too, speedy and not sometimes sensitive. So what we need to do is just practice those things. This is all just great practice. And it's also a good time to start a fitness routine as well. So I hope you all have a great week. Please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see more of these astrology updates with Gretchen Hidell. Also, I'm available for private consultations. You can check out my website, and I have all that, stuff down in the notes. Anyway, enjoy your week, and I'll talk to you soon.